25 years. That it is what it has taken for the Indian cricket team to register a big win versus New Zealand. Now, what that has done is India have now topped Group A and will play the semi-final against Australia in Dubai on March 4th. New Zealand will then have to go to Lahore to play against South Africa. But what was the key factors behind New Zealand's capitulation against India today? Because on a slow, sluggish Dubai pitch, the slowest that we have seen in this entire competition, India reached 249. But New Zealand couldn't match up to it because they capitulated against the spinners. And when you look at the statistics, it makes for some staggering viewing because the combined figures of all the four spinners, Akshar Patel, Kuldeep Yadav, Ravindra Jadeja and Varun Chakravarti, the four of them combined 37.3 overs, 9 for 166. The one other wicket was taken by a pacer, that was Hardik Pandya. But that catch was taken by Akshar Patel, and that ensured New Zealand were always behind the game. Now, this is very, very important because this quartet hunted as a pack. Jadeja got vital wickets, so did Akshar Patel. The pressure that Jadeja and Akshar Patel built, and so did Kuldeep Yadav. Kuldeep Yadav got the big wicket of Daryl Mitchell. That 44-run stand ensured that New Zealand were always playing catch-up. Then Varun Chakravarti came in. He wrapped up the lower middle order. Akshar got rid of Kane Williamson, and that was where the match was sealed. 5 wickets for Varun Chakravarti, 2 for Kuldeep, 1 each for Akshar Patel and Ravindra Jadeja ensured that New Zealand couldn't get away at this point in time. But who contributed to this? You can say Kane Williamson. I have always been stating that Kane Williamson's insipidness ensured New Zealand just couldn't get going. And look at it. 65 strike rate was a spin, which is far worse than what his overall innings strike rate was of 67. 81 of 120, when Daryl Mitchell also made 17 of 35 or 48, Tom Latham hit 14 of 20. Those middle order problems that came, they were never going to make up for it. Williamson froze against spin. That's why 7 boundaries and a strike rate of 65. I'm sorry, against every bowler he struggled. He struggled against Kuldeep, he struggled against Akshar, he struggled against Jadeja, he struggled against Varun Chakravarti. Yes, he started promisingly with a boundary of Varun Chakravarti, but understand one thing, 65 in a chase of 250, it can cost you games. Just ask a KL Rahul. 66 of 107 in the World Cup final and everybody was spanning him. So under those circumstances, 250 chase, Kane Williamson's 65 strike rate was a spin, was abominable. But what hurt New Zealand even further? A total of only 7 boundaries from the middle period onwards, 11 to 40. New Zealand never ever were in the game because they had stifled the run flow so much. At least if you had gotten more than 10 boundaries in that period, 10 to 15, then New Zealand could have been in the contest. But it was not meant to be. And that is why 7 boundaries in a space of 29 overs, that means 1 boundary every 4 overs, it meant New Zealand stood no chance. And that is why the main factors for this was India's tight bowling in the middle overs. They didn't allow any leeway. Yes, towards the fag end, a Santner hit, a Phillips hit, Jameson hit, but it was far too late. And that is why 9 for 166, that broke New Zealand's resolve totally. And Kane Williamson's 65 strike rate and only 7 boundaries, which included 5 wides in that, ensured that New Zealand had no chance whatsoever. So India's spin quartet was responsible primarily for ensuring that they never got near 250. Will this spin quartet continue to play in the Champions Trophy in Dubai, or do you think changes will be done in the semi-final? You can write to us in the comments below. Thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this video. Subscribe to Sports Today for all the latest news and analysis.